So, St. George's Day, let's find out a bit more about who St. George was. So St. George is the saint to do with England, and he is like a symbol of bravery. He actually wasn't born in England though, so we'll find out a bit about him. The story, if you've got your puppets, you'll be able to use your puppets to act it out with me as we go along. And then maybe at the end of the video, you could have a go at telling your family the story using the puppets. All right. Now, George, here he is, travelled around the world. You see him? He's travelling. And one of the stories, the famous story about him with the dragon, and as it's got a dragon, you've got to think, is this a true story? What's up? What do you think? Anyway, the dragon... Sorry, George was travelling around the world and he came to a country called Libya. And in this country, he arrived at a huge pond, almost as big as a lake. And do you know what lived by that huge area of water? It was a ferocious dragon. Go and give me a ferocious dragon sound. Come, breathe some fire. Now, this dragon was no friendly dragon. He was terrorising the country. He was going to be very horrible to the people who lived in the country unless they kept him happy. And to keep them happy, they had to feed him all their sheep, all the food that they could have. And when that started running out, do you know what the dragon wanted next? You'll like this one, boys. He started wanting to eat all the young ladies of the country. So the dragon, so that it wouldn't come and destroy all the villages and the country, the poor villagers would have to send the princesses and the girls to be eaten. Oh my goodness me. Now, the dragon had been doing this for a long, long time, and so many of the girls had been sent to be eaten by the dragon. Yum, 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 yum. That, where is he? The king was going to have to send off his own daughter, the princess, to be eaten by the dragon. Now the king did not want this to happen, so he needed a knight to help him out. So who do you think he went and got? Who do you think he asked for help? He asked lots and lots of knights, and he promised his daughter's hand in marriage for the knight that could slay the dragon, the one that could kill the dragon so that they could all be safe. Now, lots of different knights tried, but were not successful. But St. George, there he is. He went by his horse. He went to go and slay the dragon. Okay, you can act this bit out with your puppets for me. Now, when St. George got close, the dragon heard the horse's footsteps. And he came out of his cave. And St. George tried to get the dragon with the big spear. But the dragon's scales were too hard. And it didn't work. And his spear broke, and George, he fell off the horse. What do you think the dragon's going to do to the St. George? But George got back up, and with his sword, he went to the dragon and swung it. And under his wing, he managed to slay the dragon. And St. George saved all of the villagers, all of the people, and made their lives so much better because he saved them from the dragon. And of course, he saved the princess for the king. So his bravery is what people remember about St. George, how he went to save the princess and slayed the dragon. Now, what I'd like you to do, if you can, I would like you to see if you can act out that story. Go and be a really ferocious dragon and show everybody how St. George saved the king's princess. So remember, there was a dragon, lived by a big pond, which was almost as big as a lake. He was terrorising the country, the villages, and he demanded lots of things. And so that the dragon wouldn't hurt them, they gave him sheep each day to eat. And once their sheep had started running out and their food was running out, the dragon demanded that the young ladies, that he would eat them. And those poor ladies were sent to be eaten by the dragon. And then, as the ladies were running out, the young maidens, the king knew that he would have to send his princess. And that's where he got some knights to try and fight that dragon. And it was George who managed to slay him. Okay? Go and tell the story. Oh, also, I found a video that we usually show in school. I found it online, so if you look at the link below, it will tell you the story in a cartoon as well. Maybe much better than I just did. But it has a few different things in it too. Just like I said, how the stories change and depending on who tells them and what they've heard. So have a look at that cartoon as well to help you tell the story. It's a good one.